This important point is what I wanted to convey to you today. The relationship between hikmah and life experience. This is indeed in the Quran. I might not have time to tell the next incident today, alright, but still, let me tell you very briefly, this second incident is related to spiritual wisdom, not wisdom derived from life experience. What is it related to? Spiritual hikmah. It doesn't come from the Quran, it doesn't come from revelation, it doesn't come from prophethood, rather it comes from the example of Luqman. Allah gave Luqman hikmah, but what was that hikmah? After pondering about the entire world, after thinking about life, after becoming a father, the hikmah that came to Luqman was, you just have to be grateful. Anishkur lillah. You have to be grateful to Allah. Now any parent knows this. Is life easy or difficult? Life is very difficult. Every stage of life brings its own set of difficulties. Raising children is another kind of difficult task. As children grow older, life presents new complexities at every age. You think this is the hardest stage right now, but next year you think, oh, this year is much harder. When you are changing diapers, you say, oh Allah, how does this baby waste so many diapers? Right? When will this suffering end? These same parents who were almost dying from lack of sleep at one point, having to wake up every 2 hours, burping the baby, cleaning diapers and whatnot, 19 years later they again say, I missed the time when I was cleaning your diapers. You were good then. And now I have to endure the torment. New test. Luqman's life was not easy. His life experiences gave him a spiritual wisdom. What was that spiritual wisdom? Be grateful to Allah. And he says that whoever is grateful, what amazing hikmah see. For what is one essentially grateful? What is he saying? وَمَنْ يَشْكُرْ فَإِنَّمَا يَشْكُرُ لِنَفْسِهِ. And whoever is grateful, he is only grateful for his own soul. The matter is extraordinary. If I can be a grateful servant, then I will not be stuck in those things in life. I will not keep grieving over them. If something bad happens to me, I don't repeatedly express sorrow about it. I don't let my life get stuck with it. Do you know why? Because instead of that, what have I grasped? Gratitude. Gratitude means that whatever happened in my life in the past, I look for the good side of it. If you don't look for the good side, you can never be grateful. That's impossible. And now that you have started seeing the good side, no matter how bad anything is in life, what will your outlook be like for the future? Positive. Positive. But if you look back at your past and if you ever think about how terrible things happened, how much you suffered, it was indeed very difficult. But if you dwell on that, what kind of mindset will develop? So much bad happened to me. Nothing good will ever happen in my life. Only bad things happen to me all the time. Why does this only happen to me? The attitude changes this way because there is no gratitude. Because if you had gratitude, then you would have a sense of appreciation. Gratitude benefits oneself first. وَمَنْ يَشْكُرْ فَإِنَّمَا يَشْكُرُ لِنَفْسِهِ. What an extraordinary hikmah, right? This is spiritual wisdom. In fact, I would say it's a kind of psychological wisdom. Do you know what people in America pay $350 an hour to psychologists to hear? You need some positive psychology. Couldn't I just have recited Surah Luqman? Oh, if I had done that, I would have saved a lot of money and gained a lot of reward. Right? And so this first part of hikmah is about how I should think about my experiences and how I should think about Allah. Let's quickly move to the second part of hikmah and then today's session will end. This is the last topic for today. Luqman radiyallahu anhu told his sons, no sin is small. Even the smallest deed, Allah will bring it forth. Ya'ti bihallahu. Allah is very subtle. Allah acts very precisely. Never consider your sinful acts as small. And also let me add, on the contrary, whose power should you never belittle? Good deeds, don't think, oh, what's the point of doing all this? I couldn't become an influencer. I didn't get millions of views. You understand. Just read these verses yourself. You'll understand by looking at the verses here. He is telling his sons not to look at others badly, to walk with humility. He is telling his sons to go with purpose wherever they go, not to move aimlessly. Waqsid fi mashyik. And be moderate in your pace. And he's telling his son to lower his voice. He's teaching him to control his anger. He's teaching him manners, right? He's teaching him the purpose of life.
When he leaves the house, he should have a real purpose. Life should be meaningful and purposeful. Most of these things he's telling him to control his own appearance and demeanor. وَلَا تُسَوِّرْ خَدَّكَ لِلنَّاسِ. And do not turn your cheek in disdain toward people. Don't disfigure people's faces also. What do most people think? Are these small things or big things? They think they are small matters. Hajj is a big matter. Haram is a huge matter. Doing a big act of worship will bring great reward. But looking at others badly, that's a small matter. Nothing. And this hikmah, what did he teach his sons from it? Never belittle even the smallest thing. Then he gave examples of deeds that people consider small, but that are actually huge. In Allah's eyes, they are valuable. How you speak, how you move, your facial expressions, how you use your voice, what language you speak with everyone. Inna ankaral aswati la sautul hamir. Indeed, the most disagreeable of sounds is the voice of donkeys. How did he learn this hikmah, this spiritual hikmah? Not from any revelation. Besides, the interesting thing is, you will see many people who, even though they are not Muslims themselves, follow Luqman's advice. They treat others kindly and politely. They are purposeful, right? They don't belittle others. They don't raise their voice at anyone. They have all these qualities. Where did they get these qualities from? Sometimes it might seem they don't even have faith. Yet, how did they get Islamic values? The reason is that hikmah is a universal concept. Because hikmah is a universal concept. Allah can give it to whomever He wills. So, with this, we conclude today's session, inshallah. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.